Okay, here's a quick overview on a 2007 Pontiac Vibe. This is a one-owner Pontiac Vibe, 60 some odd thousand miles. One owner, that belongs to my mom. She still owns it. Bought it in 2007. If you're not familiar with the Vibe, I'm sure most people are. It's basically a Corolla, Toyota Corolla. These were built alongside the Toyota Matrix in California, I think, Fremont. And the factory that is now used to build Teslas. This was a joint venture factory or project with General Motors and Toyota. It started in the 1980s. It was New United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated, also known as NUMMI. And they produced, well, starting out the Chevy Nova, the Toyota-based Chevy Nova from the mid-80s, which evolved into the Geo Prism. And then when the Geo name went away, it came out with the Vibe and the Matrix. So it's basically a Corolla. It's 1.8 4-cylinder variable valve timing, and this one stays in this carport right here since it was new. Even the headlights haven't been cleaned up or replaced. Original nice clear headlights. No sun fade. I just waxed it. I think it's probably about the third time in its life it's ever been waxed here at 11 years old. This one does have the aluminum wheels versus the hubcaps. One thing I've liked about these cars, always have, because I actually recommended this or a Matrix when she was car shopping back in the day. I like the dash, the way it kind of curves right here, and everything's just right here. Very simple, nice gauges. This has power windows and locks, mirrors, cruise and tilt. And it's been an excellent car. She hasn't had hardly any problems with it. In fact, I think none. Now, it's not the cleanest as far as, there's a lot of ground in dirt like in the crevices and so forth. I can only do so much. Well, a few times I'm here. She's not one to clean her car. She's one of those with, goes by the theory it gets washed when it rains, which I've never understood that. You've got the back seat that folds down. You got this hard surface, so you can actually, carry something pretty nasty on there. Good leg room and everything for the rear passengers. Not really a rack, but the rails, side rails on the roof. So if you do need to throw something up there, just take the antenna off, I guess. It's a mess back here. Trailer hitch, I had that put on for her so she can carry a bike with a bike rack. Standing back here, if you can look through all the crap, a lot of room with the seats folded down. I realize I'm looking into the sun now, but I always thought the Vibe, the Pontiac version, was a lot better looking, more sporty looking than the Matrix, the Toyota version, in my opinion. Even with the body cladding and so forth. This doesn't have the two-tone cladding, it's all one color, but much better looking car, I think. Now, they made the Vibe, this generation Vibe, from 2003 through 2007. And then they changed them the last year or two. I think 09 was the last year of the Vibe and the Matrix. They got uglier, actually. And then that was when GM about went bankrupt. So Toyota and GM kind of divorced and they sold that plant. And so that was the end of the Vibe and Matrix. And so Tesla, Elon Musk bought it, I guess. That's where the Teslas are built now. There's your cruise control. Does have a remote, keyless remote. 66,800. That's exactly the same miles as that 2015 Grand Caravan friend of mine. Need some air. All right. That's with the air on about 2 speed, about halfway speed. Oh, I pushed the button for the air. All right, now we're rolling. She just got back a few weeks ago from South Carolina coast with this car. She goes about every year from the mountains of Virginia here, and never had any problems. You know, she's in her mid-70s now, so she was, you know, retired when she bought this car. And she doesn't exactly baby it. She doesn't really clean it, and she doesn't drive particularly slow. It's been a really good car. She's had to put some tires on it, and, you know, wiper blades, just your regular maintenance type items as far as I know of. It's a pretty hilly neighborhood here, but it does good on the road. It's not noisy. It's got pretty good spunk and everything. It's just a good fit. You see the way the steering wheel and the gauges, you know, boom, right there. Everything's within easy reach. Let's see, let's make a U-turn. This is Galax, Virginia, by the way. So, if you're wondering about the reliability of these, I'm sure you can go, well, just go to the Scotty Kilmer channel on YouTube. In fact, he has an 07, it's a Matrix. But he swears by these things, and I have to say he's right when it comes to this one. You know, I had a 2010 Corolla, a Canadian-built Corolla sedan. It was a lease, and I didn't have any problems with it, but I only had it 3 years. They say it was a lease. They're good little cars. And my mom had talked about maybe getting another vehicle. I was trying to push her toward a Subaru Crosstrek, maybe a Base Forester, and she kind of likes the Nissan Rogue for whatever reason. But I think both of us now, I mean, you read about the transmissions and everything in the new cars and the CVTs, which I think would drive her crazy. You know, this car with 66,000, less than 67,000 miles on it, I think, you know, no more than she drives. I think she just needs to keep this. I'd like to have it as a runaround car, really, but I don't need it. But the engine's filthy dirty. It's never been cleaned ever, but I'll show it to you anyway. Alright, that's what makes it all happen. 1.8 liter VVT, variable valve timing, 16 valve. She's dirty, but to be honest with you, my engines are usually not too clean either. You know, on an older car, I just, you know, I never pop the hood hardly, unless I need to. Yep, new United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated, 6 of, or 8 of 06. So yeah, it's an 07 for sure. Looking up front from the back seat, headliner, good headliner, perfect condition, all the way to the back. Alright, well, this video is probably boring enough. That concludes this walk around and drive of a 2007 Pontiac Vibe. Alrighty then.